I'm Ann Simmons, reporting from the newsroom of the Los Angeles Times. As the White House pushes for congressional approval of a possible military strike on Syria, questions abound over the nature of such an attack, what impact this action might have on the Syrian conflict, which has raged on for more than 2 years, and the global ramifications of US involvement in yet another war in the Middle East. Joining me to shed light on these issues is Times senior international affairs columnist, Carol J. Williams. Welcome, Carol.
Hi, nice to see you.
Well, tell us first of all, Carol, Obama is in a bit of a quandary, it seems, because now he's trying to seek congressional approval. They could say no. What kind of strategy does he have to employ in order to convince Congress?
Well, I think he has to raise the moral card, the obligation that he feels the United States and other Western states have to insist that Syria abide by the international norms of war and the laws of war. He has already had some success in winning over some of the Republican leaders in Congress. Earlier today, House Speaker Boehner said he would support the resolution. I think that this is an attempt to make it a wider and broader decision by the United States and not just a White House decision.
Now, the president of Syria, Bashar Assad, has warned that military intervention could actually spark a regional war. How plausible is that?
Well, there have been threats to strike Israel in retaliation for any Western airstrikes on Syria. Russia has also warned that there are consequences throughout the region, that this could incite more sectarian violence between different Muslim groups. I think a lot of this is sort of, threats aimed at deterring Western airstrikes and raising the prospects of a wider war, but whether other countries would actually invite further, attacks and retaliation for the chemical weapons strikes is yet to be seen.
And what kind of impacts is a chemical or is a military strike on Syria likely to have? I mean, can the US actually target Syria's chemical weapons?
No, they can't. And almost everybody you talk with admits that because there's not enough reliable intelligence on what is stored, where it's stored, how you could destroy it without releasing the toxins and the nerve agents that are contained in the canisters. They have a fairly good idea of where some of these sites are, but they aren't sure if they know about all of them. There's suspicion that there might be some underground bunkers. There's no way to attack from the air and be sure that you're not causing more damage than you're preventing by unleashing some of these really dangerous agents.
Now, Russia, which has been an ally of Syria for a long time, has been moving warships into the Mediterranean. How likely is it that Russia would support Syria if there is a strike on Syria?
Well, I think it's unlikely because there's not much they can do to prevent airstrikes on Syria. I think the movement of the naval vessels is more of a demonstration of gunboat diplomacy in hopes of dissuading the West from making these attacks. But aside from maybe jamming Western communications and radars in the course of a Western air attack on Syria, there's not much they can do to prevent it or to shield Syria from that.
Well, thank you so much for your insights, Carol. Of course, this is a story we're going to be continuing to follow. For more on the Syrian conflict and other stories, please visit latimes.com.